Alright, so, welcome back to another comic review, another book sent to me by my friend Chris. Instead of a Marvel comic review, we're going to be doing a Titan Books review with Conan the Barbarian. This is volume 2, called Thrice Marked for Death. This is the follow-up of the Jim Zub run. The Jim Zub run of Conan the Barbarian, which started in Marvel, and Zub was like, when Marvel lost the rights to Conan the Barbarian and Titan took them up, Zub was like, hey, I still want to write Conan, guys, I'm gonna go over there now. I think Zub still does some work for Marvel, but Conan the Barbarian was like, he followed it where it went. This comic is again, volume 2 of the series, and it is basically, we're continuing with the story of the Black Stone, which is kind of the thing that I'll get to this right now because I've wanted to talk about this. Basically, the Black Stone is kind of the overarching thing throughout most of Jim Zub's run of Conan the Barbarian, which essentially is a stone that can is part of this Lovecraftian connection to the dead, and in the coming story arcs will be a storyline that will feature other characters from Robert E. Howard books, such as Solomon Kane and Kull the Conqueror. So this will actually be a big event for a Robert E. Howard level event. That's a weird sentence. So we've been kind of building to that with a lot of Jim Zub's run. But let's get into this story. Thrice Marked for Death. Now, I'm kind of at a disadvantage because, I feel like there's a volume I'm missing, even though this is clearly volume 2. Because, the weird thing about this comic, the strangest thing about this comic, is that it really does feel like, it really, honest to God, feels like I am missing something. Because it starts with, Conan, as a flashback, Conan has been partying with other pirates, and the Queen of Pirates, Belit. Belit is another Robert E. Howard rated character who's part of the Conan universe. And in this universe, her and Conan had a thing, and then she died. And they always talk about, after Conan's adventures on the high sea. I'm like, what? Did I miss a story? Because I feel like I would care more about this relationship if it wasn't told in 3 pages. So throughout most of the, I'm furiously looking around in Titan Books collection, and maybe I missed something, that there was they even referenced that there was a story of Conan on the high seas with Belit, and I cannot find that fucking story. But we get to the main story, which is the main crux of this comic, is that Conan, now back in Mithra, he's getting just absolutely shit-faced because he misses Belit, who did get killed by some unknown... Again, I feel like I'm missing a story here, but he's thrown in with a group of thieves who are going to rob a temple to the god of thieves. And the thing they're going to steal is a piece of the Black Stone, which Conan knows all too well, because that shit is connected to Thulsa Doom. Yeah. You know, that Thulsa Doom. So Conan, for the first time in a long time, is there's actually a great moment, because you never see Conan afraid, but what he saw in Bound in Black Stone, which is the first volume, horrified Conan. He felt fear for one of the first times in his life, and now he's just no, put that shit back. No, there's no fucking way. So Conan and his cadres accidentally released the dark spirits from within that Black Stone, and now they're out and about, causing chaos, for their master Thulsa Doom. What's funny is you don't really see Thulsa, and you haven't really seen him in the first volume. You don't really see him much in the first volume. I like that they're building Thulsa Doom as this big villain, even though the more you read about Conan novels and whatnot, you find out that Thothamon is more of Conan's arch nemesis, and Thulsa is a nice close second. But it really does kind of bend between Thoth and Thulsa. of who is the bigger villain. Conan hates them both, honestly. But I digress. This comic is is very much like your typical Conan book, where you have, you know, Conan go like it and not to say like I love Conan the Barbarian stories, but a lot of them are kind of the same, where it's like Conan gets drunk in a bar, and then Conan gets asked to do something, and shenanigans ensue. That's 90% of Conan stories, and I kind of like it for that. And also, there's going to be blood and guts and boobs everywhere. I can't really show you anything in this book because it's it's not for kids. Let me put that. It is no way, shape, or form not for kids in this book. It's kind of like, it does follow a lot of when you read a Conan book, you get a lot of what you were expecting of some. I think I can show you one bit of artwork that showcases how good this the fantasy setting is. The artwork from Doug Braithwaite and colors by Diego Rodriguez are really stunning. Here we go. This is the one. This is the artwork you're working with, and I'm sorry I can't show you any action scenes. They get me in trouble. But yeah, I've been really loving the Conan the Barbarian series from Titan Books. Jim Zub clearly understands. I always mixed up Zeb Wells and Jim Zub more times than I could count, but yeah, Jim Zub definitely knows and understands what he's doing with the Conan the Barbarian character, and I cannot wait for the third volume to come out. I think it comes out in October, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, I'm very excited to see where this series goes next, and I'm also excited for that event, the Black Stone this Black Stone storyline. It's kind of interesting because you hardly ever get you mostly never get Conan stories that are like an overarching story. It's mostly like a story arc and then we move on. That's really kind of how Conan stories work. So it's interesting to see Jim Zub actually have like this overarching story arc. Anyway, so once again, I'd like to thank Chris once again for sending me this comic and the rest of the other books that are here and soon to come. But other than that, hope you all enjoy this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.